schools in our area back in class. We're already starting to see some changes this year.
5 News reporter Claire Everbach joins us live this morning in Fayetteville with how that district is adding restrictions to student screen time. Good morning, Claire.
Hey guys, good morning. Well, the Fayetteville School District will still use technology in the classroom, but they're putting great limitations on how long students can be on screens. They implemented the no cell bell-to-bell policy last year and say they had great results of students spending less time on their cell phones. So now they're transitioning that over to laptops as well. The district started using Chromebooks about 10 years ago, with usage peaking during COVID. But now they're hoping to dial back on that usage. Kindergartners will max out at 30 minutes a day on screens, with older grades maxing out at 120 minutes a day. Brooke Buckley is the assistant principal at Washington Elementary in Fayetteville and chaired the committee that approved this screen time policy. She says the school's main focus is fostering interpersonal relationships, and limiting screen time can help build more face-to-face interactions.
There's no relationship built between a student and a Chromebook, but that Tier 1 instruction is very important, and technology can play a role in that if the teacher is being mindful and intentional in its use.
Buckner says that technology does remain a powerful tool, and they will continue to implement it in the classroom in addition to other types of learning. They say that their mission is to educate the whole student, and they want to make sure that they're also prioritizing interpersonal relationships where students can not only interact with their peers but also with their teachers. Live in Fayetteville, covering news where you live, Claire Everbach, 5 News.
Thank you, Claire. And speaking of back to school, you have been sending us your back to school photos. We're taking another look at these today. Got some great outfits today for back to school.
Yeah, Lorelai May looking good, Liliana as well, and you got the hoodie on, but I imagine, school's a little cold. Sometimes you got to take the hoodie.
We do that here at the station too sometimes. Come in with our sweatshirt on, first day of 6th grade. Got to be comfy.
Absolutely, and those shoes are fantastic. And then Evie's little skirt there is just magic. Lucy, have a great year this year, and we want to see more of these. Keep sending them.
Yeah, you can text your photos to the number on your screen, 479-785-5000, and we will keep showing them this morning from 7 to 9 on 5 News Plus. And college students also getting ready for the new school year. At the University of Arkansas Fort Smith, students are set to move into the Sebastian Commons and Lions Den dorms today from 9 to 1. You'll be seeing more traffic along Walden Road and at the intersection of Grand Avenue and North 50th. This is video from earlier this week as students were moving into their dorms for Cub Camp, which is a 3-day welcome program. Classes at UAFS start on Monday.
Well, a local mandatory water conservation measure that began a few days ago in certain parts of northwest Arkansas, they're working. But the association that supplies water to a number of cities in the area say they're not out of the woods just yet. The general manager of Benton Washington Water Authority says the main tank indicator is sitting at a little more than half full. Levels drop during the day but recover overnight. Conservation measures are helping, but more people following the lawn watering schedule could help.
We see this summer after summer after summer. Luckily, the last few summers we've had have been above average percent and below normal temps.
That capacity improvements probably won't be finished until next spring. Mandatory conservation measures will likely stay in place through the first week of September.
A Benton County Justice of the Peace says he wants Arkansas lawmakers to give voters a way to recall county elected officials. That's after State Representative Austin McCollum, the only candidate for Benton County judge, was arrested on August 1st. McCollum faces charges of false imprisonment, aggravated assault, and domestic battery. Right now, Arkansas doesn't have a recall process for county offices like county judge. But county officials tell us that they're still at the very beginning of this process and plan to reach out to state lawmakers about what a possible change could look like.
There are some spaces in between that we don't have any kind of coverage now, and that's what I want to talk about.
5 News did reach out to McCollum and his attorney for comment and have not heard back. A Pulaski County Circuit judge has dismissed a lawsuit originally against the Arkansas Board of Corrections.
Yeah, which comes after both sides reached a settlement. The Attorney General Tim Griffin filed the case back in 2023, right when the board moved to fire the governor's then prison secretary, Joe Porfiry. The ensuing legal fight over who has the final say over the state's prisons led down several twists and turns. But then earlier this year, the AG and the current board moved to settle the case. Thursday's ruling accepting the dismissal should close the books on the case. Well, the Pentagon is pushing back against reports of poor conditions on the USS Abraham Lincoln.
The aircraft carrier has been deployed for more than 260 days without going to port in the war with Iran. Jared Hill has more.
Growing concerns over conditions aboard the USS Abraham Lincoln. The ship deployed for a staggering 9 months and counting, 3 months longer than a typical deployment.
They should not be deployed this long.
Jefferson Kelly's son Jackson is on his first deployment aboard the aircraft carrier. He and some of the other family members of the roughly 5,000 sailors and Marines on board say they're concerned about the length of the deployment. Worries about the impact on their mental health have also been raised.
These are old ships. They take a lot of maintenance, a lot of work. It's around the clock. You're doing something, and you're in a war zone.
CBS News has learned an investigation is underway after a sailor went overboard earlier this month. They were quickly rescued, but this comes as service members' families clashed with Acting Navy Secretary Hung Kao during a heated town hall last week over the difficult conditions. Now, Congress is demanding answers. In a letter to Kao and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, Connecticut Senator Richard Blumenthal cited widespread reports of shortages of basic supplies, water contamination, plumbing issues, and deteriorating mental health. On Newsmax, Hegseth said reports of poor conditions are, quote, completely misrepresented.
We make sure that every ship, every crew, every captain has everything we can provide them at every single moment.
Hegseth added that he's grateful for the sailors' sacrifice, and he also wants them home as soon as possible. Jared Hill, CBS News.